All right, last story of the day. AmFest, America Fest, took place this weekend. Oh, America Fest. You know, where we as conservatives get to celebrate because we got Trump elected. You know, all of us. And it's just another example of how cringy the right is and how we are just, we struggle so hard to be cool. We just want to be cool, man, with America Fest. Yeah. So great, so awesome. We're going to come out with rock music and all this other kind of stuff. And it's just awesome, man. We're just so cool. You're not. You're not. All right. So two things happened. I mean, there were a lot of things that happened at AmFest that I thought were cringy. But the first thing that happened at AmFest was the fights that took place at AmFest. I don't have it, but Laura Loomer apparently tracked down Milo Yiannopoulos, who was apparently, he was off the rails on some kind of substance, and she was yelling at him, and he was hiding behind a dumpster. Cringe. Jeremy from the Quartering, who is much more influential than I will ever be, and his crew of people who are much more influential than I want to be. Shout out to them. They have a show coming up. They're really awesome. He's like, that's why I don't do influencer stuff. Because you have all these ego of these self-important people. Congratulations, you have 200,000 subscribers on X. You have 1,000 people watching you on X. You know, it's a false bravado, man. It's a false bravado. You're meaningless. And I hate to say this about people, but as soon as any of these people, as soon as you expire, they're going to go to somebody else for the source. And they're going to be like, I will never watch the news again because so-and-so is gone. They're going to find somebody else. That's what the Daily Wire is finding with Brett Cooper right now. They got rid of her. And they thought they would replace her. And the show, whatever, the comment section, that thing is dive bombing like a World War II Douglas. It's like a kamikaze run on that show. But anyway, you had that. And then apparently the hip hop artist Bryson Gray got into a fist fight with some guy because Bryson Gray is a Christian. And he is very outspoken about calling abominations. So apparently a guy who's friends with an abomination, somebody who is the same sex attraction, they got into a fight. And I don't think this violates any terms, but this is it. This is the fight between two influencers at AmFest. I don't think it even qualifies as a fight because nothing really happens. Like these two guys fall on each other. But these are your influencers, guys. These are your conservative heroes that you guys want retweets from, that you guys are desperate to get noticed from. Hold on, boom! Hey, hold on, boom! And then one guy got hit in the private parts, so that was it. So, I mean, you two, you can get after me, but I don't think that's a fight because I didn't even think a punch got thrown. They kind of just fell on top of each other. But there you go, guys. There's your conservative influencers. I'm not even done yet. Not even done yet with the cringe. The biggest cringe wasn't even that. It was pitiful, man. If you're gonna fight, don't film it. Don't film it. Just be like, yeah, it was awesome. That's the first rule. You got to make your boy look good. Don't have a fight on. Don't show it. What are you doing? Nobody looks good in those things. And that's the problem. That's another thing people got to learn. TV fights are not real fights. Real fights are not cool. Real fights don't look cool. They just don't. Because it's a lot of that stuff. A lot of grappling and people go to the ground. It's like, oh, get off me. And all this other kind. You know, you're not Jet Li. You're not going to Jet Li 15 guys. But hey, I guess good job for those two guys squaring up or whatever. Well, imagine going to one of these things and having somebody like, I want to fight you. All right, well, I'm trying to not do that right now, but cool. Even if I went, man, I'm so tiny, nobody would even notice me. I don't think I'll ever go. I don't think I would ever go to one of these things. Yeah, if he'd do a comedy play-by-play, I would absolutely do that. But it's ridiculous. And then the second thing, probably the more important thing, was the introduction or the desperation by the right to be liked by the left. And that was the welcoming of the Young Turks Cenk Uygur to a conservative festival.
Oh my gosh, it's Cenk Uygur. He hates us. He wanted us all to die with the COVID vaccine. He calls us pedophiles. Yay!
Like, what in the hell? Sorry, what are you doing?
Thank you. Thank you for that warm welcome. I appreciate it, guys.
All right, you think Cenk would ever have you, me, or anybody else from the conservative movement on his show? Let alone a festival to celebrate? No, you wouldn't get past the gate because they try to beat you. Probably better than that fight that we all just watched. But it is a sickness, and I'm going to call this out. It is a sickness of the right. And this has been since before Trump was president. It is a sickness to be liked. Because we don't have principles, or we don't believe in our principles, we are so desperate that we need to be liked. We want to be popular. And so we're always making, anytime like Megyn Kelly, remember when she hated conservatives and then she went to NBC and now she's back and now she's like a #1 conservative talk show host. That's weird. Oh, because we just want to be liked. Remember when Kanye did this Kanye thing? And everybody was like, oh my God, and they freaked out about that. And then, Kanye kind of flamed out. And I get it to an extent because we all want to be liked. We do. We all want to be liked. We all want to be respected. But Cenk Uygur has called conservatives pedophiles. Cenk Uygur has called for the death of people, or he called for people to be harmed. YouTube, Twitter, I'm trying to clean this up. To be harmed because they wouldn't take the experimental vax. He has been a constant enemy of the conservative cause since his show has existed. And he saw what Anna Kasparian, his co-host, got a lot of play and attention from the right, which, by the way, hers was earned because she was like, I got assaulted. And then, if you understand Anna's, she's not a conservative, but her acceptance by the right it's more of a natural trend, if you want to say anything. Cenk one day is just like, oh, I don't like him anymore. And his attempt to be the left's Alex Jones failed. And his network is losing subscribers and it's failing. So what is he doing? He's trying to save his audience. And look at us. We'll give you a right hand. Oh, here you go. Come and help. Yeah, you need help. Okay. As soon as it's convenient, he'll stab you in the back and run away. And it's the problem. Every time Joe Rogan says something even kind of conservative, everybody on conservative media loses their mind for 4 days. And that's the Tim Pool effect, because Tim Pool, another liberal, loves Joe Rogan. And so, because a lot of conservatives, and I watch Tim's show every night, and I'll probably watch Jeremy's show as soon as I'm done. I watch Tim's show every night. I get it. But because Tim is a liberal, he is leading the conservative movement. That's why you get these people like James Lindsay and all these other morons who are supposed thought leaders. Because we're too afraid to put real conservatives, not myself, somebody else, at the forefront. I mean, even like Tucker or somebody like that. But no, we want a platform because we are not confident enough in our ideas. We don't believe in our ideas. And so we have these ridiculously cringe fest inducing things like AmFest to try and be cool. It's not going to work out for you guys in the long run.